Bro, where's Robert at? Hey, what's up? Have you seen Robert? No, but that's the least of our worries right now. Like, the camera's not charged. We don't have a desk. Do you think did he tell you that he's done with the monologue? I don't even know. He hasn't even rendered the opening yet. What a guy. Oh my god.
Hey guys, I was just back there getting ready. Which tie do you think I should wear?
No tie. No. He's gotta have a tie.
You know, whatever, it doesn't matter. We don't have time to waste. Now, in the 10th century, Harald Bluetooth united Norway and Denmark, ruling for almost 28 years. Inspired by this, IBM created the Bluetooth technology, uniting all devices under a single protocol. In times of such harsh polarization, it's imperative that we come together and unite under perhaps the greatest, most pressing, and influential issue: education. And also so we can make fun of Betsy Cross. You know, I never thought of myself as outspoken, probably because I'm not. And maybe it's my reserved nature that's been limiting me. But today, that changes. Because everyone knows that hosting a show is an inherently outspoken role. We've never done something this big before. We are grossly unqualified. Will we mess up? Yes. Will this go badly? Maybe. But know that this will be just as much of a learning curve for me as it will be for you. How's that?
Yeah, that's okay. Good work.
Alright, the opening's done rendering. Can you guys help me with the monologue, okay?
Alright, let's do it, yeah. I think we forgot something.
Welcome to the show!
It's the late bell! With a cold open by Nithilan Vincent and Johann Bojanet. Special guest starring Miss Jones and Georgia Beta Club Vice President Kruti Desai. And creative writing by Matthew Fong. And now, right from his basement, it's your host, Robert Hunter!
Welcome everyone. The bell has rung, class has begun. Please take your seats. How's everyone doing tonight? Good. You know, it's really good to see that everyone survived finals so far. But aside from all the tears, turmoil, and whatever ash was left from all our burnt schoolwork, new things have emerged. For one, I actually have time now to host this show. Thank you. Some, however, still won't have any time to relax because teachers all over the nation are going on strike. Yes, they've finally gotten sick of your perfect little angels. Really though, they're protesting what absurdly large class sizes, deplorable working and learning conditions, and, believe it or not, teacher pay. Now, you might think that teacher pay is fine. I mean, take a look at Hawaii, where their average salary is around $57.4K, just 1.6K below the country's average household income of $59K. Now, this wage may seem fair at first, but then you realize that number drops by 30% to almost 40.2K after adjusting for the cost of living. So, get ready to say aloha to all your new money, and aloha to all your money. Now, most of these teachers wore red as an expression of solidarity, and because of their slogan, Red for Ed. But of course, we all know that was just the first line. The full version is, red is for Ed, violet's a hue. Give us more pay, we won't re-elect you. Oh, and have you seen some of their posters? We have one right here. Yeah, one of them says, my second job paid for this sign. So we were simply inspired to make some of our own, like this one right here that says, my high school art students have to use crayons and copy paper. Anyways, AP exams, they just finished last week, and if you don't know what those are, AP stands for Anxiety Placement Test. No, that can't be right. Aggravated Personality Exam. No, that's not right either. Anti-Prosperity Test. I think that's the one. You know, the only thing worse than normal classes are having all-nighters every single week just so you can take an exam that they charge you or your school to take, meant to give you college credit, only to find out that the college you're going to doesn't even accept it. That was a mouthful. I think someone on the writing team must have been really salty. Anyways, the College Board, which does all the APs, is a non-for-profit organization that acts sort of as a medium between colleges and students. But it's really sketchy how much of a monopoly they hold over college entrance. What they have the SATs, APs, SAT subject tests, PSATs. They even have this new program that's starting in fall 2018. It's called Pre-AP. Yes, it's for all those middle schoolers who want to sell their souls early. Now, pre-APs are sort of an introduction to normal APs, except that you don't get any college credit for taking the course. Yes, it's for all those students that desperately want the same workload and emotional scarring as APs, but without any of the reward. Sure, I guess we could all switch to IBs, but unfortunately, not everyone is ready to pay over twice the fee. We've got a great show for you all. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm joined now by Miss Jones. Miss Jones, welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you. Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. So, tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm obviously a teacher. I have an undergraduate degree in fine art, but then I decided I wanted to be an art teacher, which I love. And I've also just finished my my first semester as a PhD student.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're getting your PhD now.
Yes.
All right. So, from your experience, what can you say about the value of having an art program? And how do the arts influence students both in and out of school?
I think that an opportunity to be creative gives students a chance to really critically think about things, which is important. There's never a right answer to art, and I think it just empowers students.
So how is your class structured differently from other subjects or even other art classes?
I'm definitely from other subjects. I like to think that a lot of art teachers work the same way that I do. Giving students the opportunity to think up projects on their own. I don't assign projects that I want to see completed. It's not about me. It's always about the student. One thing that I like to do is, of course we have guidelines, that go along with anything that we do, but making sure that the students are really driving their learning is the most important thing.
So you do a much more student-oriented art class versus just setting out a bunch of objects on a table and saying, complete 2 drawings by the end of the period.
Like I said, it's not about the artwork that I want to make or that I want my students to make for me. It's not about me. It's about, I read this thing on Twitter a long time ago that said 50% of the work is figuring out what you're going to make and what you're going to do. So why would I take that away from a student? Besides, just because I'm interested in something doesn't mean that any student's going to be interested in it.
All right, interesting. So during renovations in our county, new wings were added on to existing schools, many of which include art labs, either mixed in or nearby traditional classrooms. How exactly could art benefit learning in other subjects?
It's nice that you mentioned that. It's actually what I studied this past semester in school is arts integration. I think it's, I'm kind of torn between arts for art's sake and actually applying learning in the art room to other subjects. But I think that, in a way to approach art in a holistic way, you have to think about the other subjects. You have to think about how math works. You have to think about, how science, there's a lot of science in a ceramics class. You think about glazes and stuff like that. So I think it's, even if there are teachers who are maybe art teachers specifically who don't believe in bringing other subjects into the classroom, it's really impossible not to have kind of all of it integrated.
Yeah, and even in a lot of other projects that I've done in other classes, they integrate maybe some art elements like making a poster or making a video. That would be more like graphic arts, but yeah, that's really interesting.
I think, as far as that goes, I think that it's super important because you have students that'll always be able to memorize information. But what an opportunity for a creative and artistic person to show their learning on a subject when they can actually put it into a piece of work. So I applaud teachers who do that.
Yeah. All right, so lastly, when you teach, what do you ultimately expect students to take away and or apply in their future careers?
Okay, I mean, I hope first and foremost that students love art and their, curiosity, and just the ability to want to think for themselves and realize that, as a teacher, I don't have the right answers. As a student now, I don't have the right answers, but I'm always looking for that right answer. And I love school and I love learning, and I hope that every student that I ever teach loves to learn.
All right, thank you. That's all the time we have. Thank you, Ms. Jones. Ms. Jones, everyone. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I'm joined now by Georgia Beta Club Vice President Kruti Desai. Kruti, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So for those of us who don't know, what is Beta Club, and can you tell us a bit about yourself and your role in the club?
Beta Club is pretty much a club. It's a national nonprofit organization that is built around service, and it's completely student-led, and it allows high school teens and middle school teens to pretty much go out and volunteer in any way that they want and make sure that they get credit for it. So I am the president for the 2018-2019 school year for the Chattahoochee High School chapter, and I will be vice president for Georgia Beta for the same school year.
All right, so and that encompasses the entire state. So
yes.
Like all the clubs in all the high schools in the state. So the Beta motto, "Let us lead by serving others," seems paradoxical in nature. What does it really imply?
Pretty much, for me, I think it's different for everyone. But when you mean serving others, I feel like there always needs to be someone who's organizing it or encouraging it. So if we have people like Beta leaders who other people can see as their peers, because everyone's a student, then more people will be encouraged to go serve and help out other people.
All right. So with the increasing competitiveness in college admissions, to what extent do students maybe use Beta merely as a line on their application versus those that are actually passionate about like serving and helping the community?
I mean, I definitely think now, since college is so competitive, that most people are just joining clubs to add it onto their resume. And so that's just a given. But my priority is to as if you're already in this club as like a college kind of thing, then I want to provide events that people will help them realize their passion. But I do think there's like a small fraction of people that come and enjoy Beta just because they like to help other people.
All right. So how would you say this is necessarily a problem, or like how would you maybe fix this?
I definitely do think it's like a problem because obviously serving is super important, but I feel like just the nature of college applications and stuff, it's hard to fix and it's just a given. So like I said, I want to be able to provide more engaging service activities rather than like clothing drives and stuff like that, but something that you can do that's more hands-on so people can realize their passion for serving while they're already doing it as an obligation.
All right. So what's your vision for Beta Club's future and its lasting impacts on students?
I definitely want to create like service events that can be done like annually or even semi-annually. Something that is like known as like, oh, this is something that Beta does. Beta is already pretty much recognized by the national government. There were a lot of presidents that are Beta alums as well. So Beta definitely is a bigger name. So my goal is, I also want to like unite the clubs across Georgia and do more of those kinds of service events and do bigger impact service events, like going out to like underdeveloped areas and helping out with teaching and stuff like that.
All right. So you're currently the vice president for Georgia Beta Club. Now here's the $1 million question. Will you be running for the national vice president in the national convention this summer?
I have decided to run, so we'll see how that goes.
All right. I will be voting for you. So thank you, Kruti Desai. Kruti Desai, everybody. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Paper, pencil, textbook and desk. Study hard, make friends, try your best. That's what they tell you, that's what you think, and that's what you do year after year. Some may think you smart, others deem you blessed, but what does it matter? All you really did was cram for the test. Cramming is no skill one should bring to a career, but students use it, so all but one truth is clear. Knowing is not smart. Grades do not define, yet we are in a system standardizing humankind. If academics was a filter and students the solvent, and a uniform solution with those who make it through, the best of the best. A tragic mistake to use one filter for simplicity. With our system as it is, standards lack flexibility. That's all we have for you. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.